Hello everybody, this is Mr. Storm, and in this video we are going to talk about the TestOut platform itself. We're going to talk about how to access TestOut and how to complete the work for your class. So this is testout.com right here, and I will put a link in the page as well. TestOut is a platform that allows us to test for certifications. It gives us all the videos and learning materials we need. Plus, it gives us the lab sim environment, which is what we're mostly concerned with in this class, because it allows us to do all kinds of things like push the buttons and play around with the doohickeys and all that stuff without breaking anything on our computer, which is a really, really good system to play around with. So up here, you're going to click on this login button, and it will bring you to a screen that looks like this. Now, in this screen, you're going to put in your username and password. Your username and password have been emailed to you. So when you see that email come through, and if you don't see the email, let me know. It may just be a bit late, but you should by now have an email from me explaining what your username and password is. Now, once you've typed those in and click Secure Login, then you will see a page that kind of looks like this. Now, you won't see all of the stuff that I'm seeing. This is my teacher view. But if you, your page will look a bit different. You will see, one or two buttons depending on how many courses you are in. Now, for the purpose of this video, we're talking about Business Office Specialist, which is hosted in a platform or in an office called, or a course called Office Pro. So I'm going to go to Office Pro, and we're going to talk about how to use the TestOut curriculum. So this is what LabSim looks like. Most of the things you interact with in LabSim will be video, or will be articles like this, or videos, so on and so forth. Now, what I've just clicked up there, let me do that again. Up here, we have these the three lines. These three lines will take you to your course menu. You also have a help button here. You can click and you can actually search for your help topic. So if you're having an issue, you can click there. You can also go to actions. You can create bookmarks for a page. So if you need to go back to that page, you can do that. You can also search on a page. You can give feedback, or you can log out from actions. The home button up here will take you back home. So if you click on the three lines here, excuse me, you will see the course outline. So the course outline consists of, 8 different chapters. Now for our class, we are only doing chapters 3, 4, 5, and 6. We are not going to focus on chapters 0 through 2. That is basic computer information, online information, how to use a computer, that kind of stuff. This is really important. If you don't know this stuff, maybe on your own time you can go through this and learn it. And we are not going to be doing Microsoft Access or Microsoft Outlook in this course either. Now, if you want to learn that stuff, you are more than welcome to go dig into that whenever you're done with the content for this course. But again, for us, the only thing we're focused on is chapters 3, 4, 5, and 6. And specifically chapter 3, we're going to do this week. We're going to do all of the content for chapter 3 this week. And then for the rest of the term, we're going to focus on Microsoft Word. And then in term 2, we're going to focus on Excel and PowerPoint. So let's take a look at chapter 3 so we can talk about what you're going to be doing this week. So I've clicked on chapter 3, and now I can see I have a bunch of stuff, right? So TestOut is organized in these sections and subsections. So we're in chapter 3, section 1 is 3.1, Getting Started with Office. So this is a section, this is the first section we need to interact with for this course. Now, you can tell that there are videos here. So if I click on the video, I can play the video, or I can play it with an interactive script. Let me pause this so we don't hear it. Now the interactive script right here, it will highlight the words that are being said on the screen. So this is very, very helpful. Notice that this video is only 2 minutes and 23 seconds long. Most of the videos in TestOut are fairly short. So, and they're pretty good.
To write a lot of text.
Sorry. And they're pretty high quality as well. So watch these videos, especially if you're not familiar with this stuff. And when you're done with a video, you can just click next and watch videos, click next, watch videos, or you can come back to the chapter section, which is what I usually do. Now, for your actual assignment for this class, you are going to be working on the skills labs. Notice that there is 3.1.10 right here. This is a skills lab called Get Started with Office. And then in 3.1.11, we have a challenge lab, which is also labeled Get Started with Office. The challenge labs, I don't need you to complete. They are literally a copy of the skills lab. So, I mean, don't ask me why they put 2 of them in there, but the skills labs and the challenge labs are exactly the same. So I only need you to do the skills labs. Now, you know it's a lab because it has this mouse icon next to it, which means that that is an interactive lab for you to complete. So let's go over here and take a look at your assignment for this week so you can see how this stuff is related. So in the assignment, it says Labs Chapter 3, Common Office Features. We are going to complete the following labs: 3.1.10, Skills Lab, Getting Started with Office. That is the lab right here. So you're going to click on the lab, complete the lab. When you're done with all of the labs in Chapter 3, all of the skills labs in Chapter 3, then you are going to type a list of the completed items in the submission box. So you're going to click Submit Assignment, and then you're going to type in the submission box, in the text entry box, all the labs that you've completed. If you've completed them all, you can just say, I finished all of them. You don't have to list them out specifically. And then, so let's take a look at what a lab looks like in the TestOut environment. So I'm going to click on this skills lab, Get Started with Office. It's going to give me a very quick explanation for what I will be doing in this lab. Now, if you read the explanation and it's still confusing to you, it tells you what you're going to be doing, but you're like, oh, I don't know some of this stuff, go back and watch the video, because the videos will demonstrate exactly what you need to do. All right, let's see. We're going to click Start Lab here. Now, an important thing to remember is that if you have a pop-up blocker on your web browser, then you might have issues pulling up the TestOut labs. Make sure you disable your pop-up blocker before you start working on your labs. Okay, great. So this is my lab sim. Up here at the top, I can see it's a Microsoft Office simulation. I can click Score Lab if I feel I'm done. When you're done with a lab, you're going to click Score Lab and it will tell you your score. Here in this big window, this is where we're using Microsoft Office. Now, it's important to remember this isn't actually Microsoft Office. This is just an approximation of what you would find if you were using Microsoft Office. But the nice thing is, if we do anything wrong in here, if we make any mistakes, it doesn't matter, because it's not really going to mess up our computers or anything like that. Over here, I can see that I have 9 remaining tasks to complete. It tells me to do the following. So I can, 1, create a new blank document, and then 2, close the document. So it's going to ask me to do those 2 things. Sorry, my wife is yelling at my dog. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but she's being kind of loud. So I'm going to click create a new, or I'm going to create a new blank document and close the document. Down here, I can reset the task. So if I do something that I didn't want to do, I can reset the task. Or I can skip the task for now so that I can come back to it later when maybe I've remembered what I'm doing. If you get stuck on a task, skip the task, right? If you get stuck on it for too long, move on. Don't spend your entire class period working on one task because you just can't figure out how to make it work. Just move on, okay? So I'm going to create a new blank document. So for me, I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to click New, and I'm going to create a blank document. So that's step 1. And then I want to close the document. So I'm going to go File, and I'm going to hit Close. Now notice that once I did that, a good job task completed box pops up. I'm going to click continue to next task, and then it says I have 8 remaining tasks left. Right? So that's how you're going to complete your labs and test out. You're just going to keep working through them, doing exactly what they ask you to do. And when you are done, you will click Score Lab. Now, my lab report's going to be terrible because I only did one of the labs successfully. So it says final score 11%, task completed 1, uncompleted tasks 8. So all of these things are things that I did not do. So I'm going to go ahead and click Done. Now, when you're finished with a lab, when you've completed a lab, you will see that a new button has popped up that says Lab Score or Last Score Report, which you can look at your last score report from the last time you completed this. So once you're finished with all of the labs in Chapter 3, you're going to go back into Canvas, click Submit Assignment, and then type, I finished all the labs. Now remember, it's important to not just jump right into doing the labs. You want to watch these videos, you want to read the articles, you want to actually learn the information before you jump in. I guarantee you if you watch the videos and you pay attention, then when it comes time to do the labs, you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember how to do that. They showed us that in the video. And if you're getting stuck on something, then look through the titles of the videos to see if maybe you can kind of pinpoint which video you should watch to figure out how to do that stuff again. Okay, I think that's about it. I think that covers using TestOut. Now, every week when you come in, it's going to be essentially the same. You're going to log in to TestOut. You're going to work through the material that's assigned for you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's an easy system to use. Do not forget to turn in your assignment on Canvas, though, because that's incredibly important. Okay, that's it for me. Have fun this week. Enjoy using TestOut, and let me know if you have any issues. All right, peace.